Hello, everyone. I am Stacy Whited, and such an honor to be on this call tonight, just to be able to bring clarity to why MarketAmerica is different than anything else out there. And my husband, David, and I have been unfranchised owners with MarketAmerica for 20 years now. And over the last 20 years, you can imagine, we've seen a lot of things. We've experienced a lot of things. And over the 20 years, we've never seen anything that pays as well as MarketAmerica and creates the residual income that MarketAmerica does. And so tonight, I just want to help to kind of draw this out for you to show you why we are different than anything else out there. And if you have a piece of paper in front of you, I encourage you to do that. Grab a piece of paper because I really want to go through just different things that set us apart, MarketAmerica versus multi-level marketing or even traditional business as well. So if you have a piece of paper there and a pen, I'm going to have you draw out what we call a three-legged stool. And if you guys, we grew up in Kansas, and so we grew up around cows and milking cows and, using those milking stools for that. So if you haven't ever seen them before, they have three legs, and they're pretty short, but they're very sturdy. And so MarketAmerica is really a three-legged stool in this industry of one-legged stools and two-legged stools. And so you guys could imagine you would never want to sit on a one-legged stool because it's not very secure. You wouldn't want to sit on a two-legged stool because you would fall over. But those three-legged stools, that's what they're designed for. They're very sturdy, and they're there to hold you up. And so MarketAmerica is that same way. With a company, you wouldn't want to put your financial future in a company with one strong leg or even two legs. It's the three legs that sets it apart that makes those companies so strong. So let's talk about the three-legged stool with MarketAmerica. So if you could draw like the top of the stool and put the letters MA in there, standing for MarketAmerica or shop.com. And on the left side, if you could draw one of the legs of the milking stool and put in there product. So product. So every company that you come across is going to have some sort of product or service that they're getting to the end consumer. If they don't, they're illegal. So, of course, they're going to have product. If you're dealing in multi-level marketing, if you have heard of that product, it's probably pretty good. We found in multi-level marketing, most products are pretty phenomenal. The beautiful thing about MarketAmerica is the product diversification that we have. Because we're a product brokerage company, we don't make anything. We just identify market trends, things that are hot, and then we get a contract with the manufacturer to make that product. If something doesn't sell well in what we call our mall without walls, then we just simply get rid of that product and find something that does sell well. Well, this is really important because think about when the company started back in 1992, think how things have changed around in 1992 that are no longer around today. I can remember when we started MarketAmerica back in 1996, so 4 years after the company had started, there was this thing called a laundry ball. And there was companies that they just came out with this laundry ball, and everybody was purchasing this laundry ball. And I can remember people saying, your company doesn't even have this laundry ball. But I knew that if it was something that was going to be there long term or if it was really that great, because we don't make anything, we just identify market trends, MarketAmerica would get it. But look today, nobody's probably even heard of laundry balls. It's not even a big deal. And so MarketAmerica is so good at changing with the times that we never are trying to sell 8 tracks to people when the world has moved to digital streaming. It's such an important thing. The other thing that we deal with MarketAmerica in our Mall Without Walls is we deal with consumable products. Think about how important that is. So let's say that you're trying to sell a product that's not consumable. Well, you have to then go get new customers every time you're trying to create volume in your company. With our product, somebody runs out of laundry detergent or shampoo or vitamins. What do? They're going to reorder, right? So what ends up happening is you have customers that are reordering these products on a monthly basis. And I said earlier, David and I have been unfranchised owners for 20 years. We have customers that have been ordering products from us on a monthly or quarterly basis for 20 years, where we didn't have to go out and it was a one-time sell and then try to go find somebody else to sell a product to. We developed a customer base of about 10 good customers that are ordering $30 worth of product on a monthly basis. So let's say, I just want to kind of give you an idea of how powerful this product brokerage system is. Let's say that a company only has peanut butter, but they have the best peanut butter in the world. I mean, it's the healthiest. It may be even peanut butter that helps you lose weight. You know, people are like getting skinny eating this peanut butter. You know, so it's the hottest thing out there. Well, all this company has is peanut butter. But let's say MarketAmerica comes along, and MarketAmerica's like, peanut butter? Dude, that's a great product. You know, it's $1 billion industry. We're going to go ahead and start carrying that. But the beauty of that is next month, if that's selling really well, we can add on jelly. Now we just doubled our volume to this company that had just the peanut butter. All they have to do, they're selling peanut butter. Now we're selling peanut butter and jelly. Now we've doubled our volume without our customer base even increasing. The next month, we add bread. Oh, my gosh, now we've got peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Now we don't even have to find more customers because we're tripling our volume with the same customer base versus the person that's just selling peanut butter. And so you guys can see the power of what we offer. We offer consumable products. We're a product brokerage company that doesn't make anything. So our money's not spent in the science of that product, in the manufacturing of that product, none of those things. And so we're not restricted as to what we can move into as well, and we can move with the time. So again, we're not stuck with 8 tracks when the world moved on to digital streaming. And then finally, in this category where we're not one product dependent. You know, there's several companies that have just one product. Well, if somebody doesn't like that product, then they can't sell that product to that person. Or there's companies that are really based around just women. And so, well, it would be really hard because now only 50% of the people you come across would actually be able to participate with your company, whether they're a customer or going to be a distributor. So you can see the power of what we offer with a product brokerage system. So that's one leg of our milking stool. But I established at the beginning, one leg does not make that company strong. It's the second and third leg that sets it apart. So let's talk about the second leg. If you guys could draw that on your milking stool right in the middle, and that is our plan, our marketing plan with MarketAmerica. Our plan is absolutely amazing. I tell people that MarketAmerica is not perfect because it has people in it, and it can't be perfect when people are involved, but the plan is perfect. And the more that you find out about the plan, the better that this will get for you. It's truly like grasping just how phenomenal this plan is and understanding where it came from. So Jim Reitinger, the president and CEO of MarketAmerica, you know, he had a lot of experience in direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, and he was very successful. And then he decided to become a consultant for the industry where he would meet with president and CEOs of companies talking about their marketing plan, that they either needed to pay out more money to their distributors so they wouldn't lose them or less money to the distributors so the company didn't go out of business. And after doing that for a few years, he really got frustrated because he realized either they weren't willing to make the change or they couldn't make the change. And so you just had a lot of companies that were really setting in mediocrity. They weren't ever able to really produce what they could produce. And so finally, JR's wife, Lauren, said, JR, you have the idea. You need to come up with a company yourself. And so when JR Reitinger designed the marketing plan with MarketAmerica, it was designed around creating a 6-figure income. He first designed the marketing plan, and then he found the products to fit into that marketing plan to make it work. Never manufacturing a product, just finding a manufacturer to do that for us. And so this was huge because in the industry, even across the board, if you were to sit down with somebody in multi-level marketing and talk to them about their company, most of the time it would be they had a great product that they thought, how are we going to get this product to the end consumer? And they thought, oh, we'll just do it through multi-level marketing or network marketing because you don't have to really pay for advertising. You don't have to do all of those things that a typical startup company would do. So then they think, okay, we'll just pull off a marketing plan off the shelf that's already been around for 50 years, and we'll just use that to pay people to do business. Well, that's a really different way of looking at it because their plan was not to create 6 figures. by creating a marketing plan. Their plan was, I've got a good product. How do I get that to the end consumer? So really understanding that MarketAmerica is a mathematical solution to the problem the industry had and still has today. And it really is designed to create six figures in a 2 to 3 year period of time. And so really understanding that. And tonight we're going to break that down. That's really what this call is all about, is why MarketAmerica is different from multi-level marketing. So I'm going to move on to the third leg of the stool, and then I'll come back and spend the rest of the time on why the plan is different. So if you can draw the third leg of the stool, that stands for GMTSS, Global Meeting Training Seminar System. Again, it's Global Meeting Training Seminar System. So what was happening in the industry of multi-level marketing is, let's say that somebody's successful in their hometown. Let's say, we've got some people who are here in Redding, California, and Bueller, Kansas, and Kansas City, and Missouri, and Oklahoma, and Texas. And so let's say it's doing really well in your area. Well, in a multi-level marketing company, if you wanted to expand, let's say you're in Texas, if you wanted to expand to Oklahoma or to Kansas, you're going to have to go there and train those people yourself. If you wanted to expand to New York, you would have to go there and train those people yourself. There's not a system in place for that. Or I've heard of some companies that you would have to pay somebody to train your people in that area. So either way, you're spending the money from your commissions that you're making to train those people in those other areas. So with MarketAmerica, JR came up with this global meeting training seminar system, and what they do is it's based on franchising. And so in this franchising system, what happens is you could have somebody, let's say you're in Texas, you could have somebody in New York that you wanted to see the business plan. They could attend an unfranchised business presentation in New York, and it's online, so they know exactly where it is, the time, the location, who's going to be hosting that event. And in that, they're going to see the exact same slides they would see in Houston, Texas, when that presenter is presenting the marketing plan. For the training system, if they were to attend a Basic 5, which is what our franchising system is based on, if they go to a Basic 5 in New York, they would see the exact same slides as you would see if you attended a Basic 5 in Houston, Texas, or in Redding, California, or in Kansas City, or in Bueller, Kansas, or Tulsa, Oklahoma. So they're going to see the exact same thing as you see, and they're going to be trained the same way that you're trained. So you're all speaking the same language at the same time. What that does is it creates true residual income that allows you to walk away from it and do the things that you want to do, the things that are on your heart, the things that God's created you to do, and your income continues to come in because it's being trained by this global meeting training seminar system. That is the third leg of the milking stool, and that's what sets us apart in this industry. There's nothing like it. It's very hard. I mean, in 20 years, I've never come across a company that has all three of those legs with the strength that MarketAmerica has, and so it's an amazing thing. So let's go into Kelly. When I talked to Kelly, the big question that she had and that she's been getting and wanted to make sure that we clarify tonight is, what is the difference between multi-level marketing and MarketAmerica? Well, I think it's important to first understand what is multi-level marketing. What would be the definition of that? Well, multi-level marketing is a pay structure. It's the way that a company is going to pay their distributors. And so tonight I'm going to break down and point out the differences of multi-level marketing versus MarketAmerica. So if you have a piece of paper there, go ahead and start jotting these things down so that you can understand it. I'm going to first start with multi-level marketing and understanding that pay structure, understanding how this multi-level marketing company is going to pay their distributors for the movement of product. So let's say, and these are legal things. These aren't Ponzi schemes. These aren't, anything that would be considered illegal. This is something that would be a legal company that's on the up and up. But just so you know that the differences, as you sit down with people and they're like, oh, that looks like something I've already seen or something I've already been involved with, that you'll understand the differences between this and those other companies. So let's talk about multi-level marketing. Well, multi-level marketing, first of all, you can see that they pay on levels because that's the name, multi-level marketing. They pay on levels. So let's say that somebody comes along and you're building your group and you get down to the 7th level and the company doesn't pay anymore on the 8th level. So they only are going to pay on certain levels. Not all companies are like this. I'm generalizing. Okay, so this will give you an idea. But let's say that they pay on levels and they only pay to the 7th level. Well, your hotshot, let's say, comes on the 8th level. You're not going to make anything that hotshot does because that company is only going to pay to the 7th level. So that's one thing with multi-level marketing. They also pay on percentages. And I'm going to break that down at the end. I'm going to give you an example of a typical multi-level marketing company versus MarketAmerica and the percentages that they pay on and how that works. But they're going to be paid on percentages of what their organization does. In multi-level marketing, a lot like commission-based jobs, they pay on what they call 30-day cycles. So your volume will accumulate for 30 days in a multi-level marketing company, and then at the beginning of the next month or after those 30 days, then your volume goes back to zero, and whatever you got to, those are the commissions that you earned for that month. But the very next month, you're starting over again, which is like a typical commission-based job, but that's how multi-level marketing will pay. They also have breakaways in multi-level marketing. What that means is as your organization grows and you have people that are doing extremely well in your organization, once they get to a certain volume with that organization, then the company actually breaks that person away from you. You're not going to be paid on all of that volume that person is now producing. In order to get paid on that, you're going to have to replace the volume that they did in your organization somewhere, and then you're going to get paid a percentage of what that person did. But you do get a good title. They're going to maybe give you a title with a bonus or something for reaching that, but it is what they call a breakaway program. So you can see, you're like, wow, okay, I want my organization to do well, but not too well, because when they do really well, that person's going to break away from me, and I have to replace their volume in order to get paid for it. So you can see there's just a lot of loopholes in a typical multi-level marketing company. Okay, here's another thing with multi-level marketing. The product costs different depending on the level in the company that somebody is. So in a multi-level marketing company, let's say just a typical one, and again, these are all general things. It's not for all companies, and some may be different, but this is just giving you an idea of how a lot of them work. So let's say that somebody's a higher level in a multi-level marketing company. They would pay less money for the products that they're ordering from that company than the newest person that's getting started. Well, you could see, man, that doesn't sound very fair. Why would one person pay less than another person for the product that they're trying to sell? And you can imagine that makes it very difficult to retail products. So when these new people are getting started and they're buying the product, a lot of the time the distributor cost is really what they should be retailing the product for. And then they're trying to mark that product up to retail it to make some profit, but it's too high because that's not what the things are in the marketplace. It's not comparable in the marketplace. So their distributor cost is really a retail cost, and it's hard to move that product. The next thing in multi-level marketing, and this actually is the same thing in MarketAmerica, but I'll talk to you about where it's different. In multi-level marketing, width creates profitability, where depth creates security. So if you can write that down, width creates profitability, while depth creates security. So if you have your piece of paper there, what I want you to do is draw a circle, and then right underneath of that, draw 6 circles horizontally across your paper. So you have 1 circle on top, 6 circles horizontally below that, okay? So in multi-level marketing, your profitability, so then put an arrow going horizontally across your paper and put profitability. And understanding that your profitability in multi-level marketing comes from the width that you create. The more people you personally sponsor and you put out side beside each other, the more money that you're going to make. So understanding that, and then put an arrow going vertically down your paper that says stability. And that means that the more people that those people have, let's say you have 6 people in your organization, the more people that those people have below them, the more stable it is for you. Because if your 6 people have people in their organization and they're paid commissions, they're more likely to stay in that company. If they don't have anybody below them, they're more likely going to quit at some point because they're not making any money from the company. So what ends up happening is, you can imagine, if you have 6 people in multi-level marketing, when they have a question, the only person that they can call is you, because you're the only one that's going to make any percentage of what they're doing. And so what ends up happening is you're spinning all of these plates. In a typical multi-level marketing company, in order to create significant income, you need 6 people that are working really hard. Well, you could imagine if you have 6 people that are doing something or working hard, you're going to need more than 6 that you've actually recruited. You may need to bring in 30 or 40, or I know people that have sponsored 100 and 150 and all of that. They're all out beside each other. So you can imagine if 100 people had a question and they're calling you, how exhausting that would be. It's no longer part-time. It's a full-time job just trying to keep up with the people. Here's the problem that J.R. Reidinger found. Multi-level marketing was requiring that you find at least 6 people to earn significant income. Here was the problem he found. He found that over the last 30 years, that the average person only was able to build 2.8 sales organizations. 2.8 sales organizations. Well, you can imagine if the company's requiring 6 and the average person's only finding 2, well, it's hard to find a 0.8 person, so we're just going to get rid of that. So you can imagine at some point you're going to come across people that are average and their company's saying you need 6 and they're only finding 2 and not creating very much income. They're probably going to quit. So even if you're a rock star and you can find 6, what's the likeliness of all 6 of them being able to find 6 and all 6 of them being able to find 6? So you can see it really becomes a house of cards, and it's constantly recruiting, trying to replace people that are quitting. So if you can kind of understand that, that's what we call horizontal marketing. So you can kind of write that to the side. What I just showed you with the 6 circles, and it could be 100 circles on each side, but that's called horizontal marketing. The next thing in multi-level marketing is a pyramid-type situation. And what that means is the person at the top makes all the money while everybody else works to make that person rich. So, you have these people that are hot shots that could find 6, they could find 10, they could find 15, they could find 100. But yeah, those people are going to make significant income because they're definitely above average. Anybody could make significant income if they work that hard, in life. And so understanding that, but what ends up happening, though, in those situations, and most people don't know this, is large percentages from the company are set to the side for the top 3% producers in the company. And so you see a marketing plan that everybody sees, but what they don't know is that there's a large portion of that income that's set to the side for bonuses for the top 3% of the people in the company that not everybody has an opportunity to earn. And a large amount of their income comes from those percentages that are set to the side. So what they're doing is they're realizing the average person is not going to be successful, so they're paying a lot of money to somebody that's way above average to get those people in the company. The next thing with that is there's a lot of times changes to the plan, to the marketing plan, as they go along. And the reason for that is because the corporate team in those companies, they are not distributors. So when they make changes to the marketing plan and they pay less or they require more volume in that month or whatever, when that happens, it doesn't affect the income of the corporate team. It only affects the income of the distributors. So you can see there really isn't that synergy between the corporate team and the distributors because there's a division between the two. And that happens often. If you talk to somebody in multi-level marketing, there's a lot of times that a marketing plan has been changed over the years that they've been with that company. Okay, so let's look at the other side of the coin. Now if you can write down MarketAmerica, shop.com. Let's talk about and overcome the things that we just talked about in multi-level marketing. So in MarketAmerica, MarketAmerica doesn't pay percentages other than that we pay 100% of 100%. So whatever volume is being produced within your organization, you get 100% of that volume, and there is no levels. It actually goes to infinity. And so however far it has to search for the volume, it'll go to infinity. So if somebody 30 down from you sold a product, that volume goes to the person above them, 100% of that. It also goes to the person above them, 100% of that, above them, 100% of that, all the way up to you, past you, all the way to the president of the company, because the president of the company is also an unfranchised owner. He was the first unfranchised owner in MarketAmerica. And so everybody gets 100% of 100% with no breakaways and no levels in the company. It searches to infinity. Also in MarketAmerica, we have a revolving door of volume. It's called 365-day accrual. So that means any volume that came in today will come out 365 days from now, but only the volume that went in today. So you can remember in multi-level marketing, I talked about at the end of the month, your volume goes back to zero. In MarketAmerica, it continues to accrue week to week, month to month, 365 days. But again, only volume that went in 365 days earlier comes out. Not everything comes out of your savings account as you start to build the volume. So it's very fair. It's never a question of if somebody's going to get paid. It's just simply a question of when. So eventually the volume's going to accumulate and they're going to earn the commissions. In MarketAmerica, we don't have any breakaways. There's not a thing where MarketAmerica will take your hot shot away from you and now you have to replace their volume. The only thing MarketAmerica does is they pay you a bonus for that. When somebody does very well with the company, when you have an unfranchised owner on your left and an unfranchised owner on your right that goes through 5,000 and 5,000 the same week that you do, MarketAmerica will give you a $600 bonus just for helping that person. So as people become more successful, that happens on a regular basis to where you're able to earn that commission, that $600 bonus on a weekly basis. And there is no extra bonuses for the people on top. The bonuses are identically the same for every person in MarketAmerica. Everybody has the same opportunity to earn the same bonuses with nothing set to the side for the people on top. Another thing I love about MarketAmerica is everyone pays the same amount for the product. So the top money earner in MarketAmerica, she pays the same amount for her product as the newest unfranchised owner that got started today. Nobody has a difference in the amount of money that are paid for the product. It's the same for everyone. That's unbelievable. And there's a process that the products go through in order to become a part of MarketAmerica. So MarketAmerica, kind of understanding what happens, because we don't make anything, you could imagine. Think of all of these manufacturers that are trying to get their products into MarketAmerica. And so, we have 6 million customers, 180,000 franchise owners. And so, so what ends up happening is MarketAmerica is like, okay, these manufacturers are trying to get into MarketAmerica, their products in. So MarketAmerica is going to make sure when they buy it from that company that they're able to mark it up to a unfranchised owner price to be able to then make money. And then from there, they make sure that when they sell it to an unfranchised owner at unfranchised owner cost, that unfranchised owner is able to mark up that product 30 to 50% to be able to retail that product. And when they do retail the product, it's comparable in the marketplace, that they're not trying to charge the marketplace way above what they would be able to purchase a similar product for in the marketplace. So you can feel confident that when we have a product in MarketAmerica, that they make sure that product way ahead of time can be marked up 50% and be comparable in the marketplace, and you can actually select at retail price and develop a legitimate base. In MarketAmerica, I talked about earlier that width creates profitability, depth creates security in multi-level marketing. We have the same thing. We just do it what we call vertical marketing, but we're still creating width and depth at the same time. Okay, so let's draw this out. So I had to draw out multi-level marketing. Let's draw this out. Let's draw a circle for you and then 2 circles below that. And you guys all understand the reason for the 2 circles is because the average person over the last 30 years was able to build 2.8 sales organizations. So Jim Ridinger knows that every person that we come across, if they're at least average, that they'll be able to be successful. So you get started with Mark and Sue. Mark and Sue are your very first 2 unfranchised owners. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to try to find a couple of people. They're going to partner with them. So go ahead and under Mark and Sue, draw 2 circles below Mark, 2 circles below Sue. So what you're seeing here is you're getting wider. There's actually 4 across, but those 4 across have people above them that they're able to offload responsibility to. So let's say that you have Mark and Sue, and then under Mark has Tim. Well, when Tim has a question, he can call Mark or he can call you, because anything that Mark does or Tim does, Mark is going to get paid 100% on, but so are you, and so is the person above you, and so is the person above them. Every person is paid 100% on what those people do. So we all have an interest in helping each other with no competition whatsoever in the building process. So you get, and let's take it another one down. Let's say that Tim has 2 people that he's brought in, and that second person of Mark, they have 2 people. So draw 2 circles underneath of Tim and underneath of the second person for Mark, and then go over to the Sue side and do the same thing. Now you can see we're getting wider across, but you're not taking your time and dividing it, because everything that happens below you flows up 100% for every person, and you're dividing responsibility. Anytime that person at the lowest level has a question, they can call the person above them, the person above them, the person above them, you, the person above you. We're all a team because we all get paid 100% of what that person does. It's amazing. It's called vertical marketing, and it's genius. It truly has never been done in the history of marketing. The other thing that JR did is he got rid of the pyramid where the person at the top makes all the money while everybody else works to make that person rich. Because what he did is he based MarketAmerica on franchising. So think about a franchise. Let's say you have a McDonald's, and that McDonald's is doing very well. It's very successful. Well, you can only fit a certain amount of people in that McDonald's. If you want to increase your income, you would have to open up a second McDonald's. And if you would want to increase your income beyond that, you would have to open up a third McDonald's. Well, MarketAmerica works the exact same way. The most that you can make on one unfranchised is $187,000 a year. Like a franchise, you're capped on income. If you want to increase your income, you have to open up a second unfranchise, a third unfranchise, a fourth unfranchise, a fifth unfranchise. But here's the difference. When you open up your second unfranchise, it's below your first unfranchise. And everything that you do in your second unfranchise is going to pay your first unfranchise. That's where we're different from a McDonald's. So let's say that you have a customer that's in the middle of 2 of your McDonald's. Well, first of all, now they're in competition with each other because the person in the middle is going to decide where they're going to go, but they're not going to both. And when the person in the middle goes to one of your McDonald's and buys a Big Mac, it doesn't pay your first McDonald's when they sold it at the second McDonald's. That's where we're different. When a customer orders anything from your second unfranchise or you order anything, it's going to pay your first unfranchise. When you open up a fourth unfranchise, let's say it's underneath of Mark somewhere. You open up your fourth unfranchise because it has to be underneath of your first unfranchise. Everything that you do on your fourth unfranchise is going to flow up to every person, paying them, increasing their income. It's going to flow up through Mark, and it's going to go up to your second unfranchise, and then it's going to go up to your first unfranchise. It would be like being paid twice for the movement of one Big Mac, if that makes sense to you guys. Plus, it's very exciting for your organization because you take the person with the most experience, making the most amount of money, and you put them at the bottom underneath the person with the least amount of experience, making the least amount of money, and everything that you do increases their income while it's increasing your income. It's absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it, where he truly got rid of a pyramid-type situation. You cannot be on top making all the money. You're capped on income, just like a franchise. And the last thing as far as this is concerned is just absolutely amazing with MarketAmerica. Again, the more you find out, the better it gets. but Jim Reidinger required every corporate team member to be unfranchised owners as well. And they earned a significant amount of their income from the marketing plan. And so you can see that any changes that they make to the marketing plan affects every one of those corporate members, as well as J.R. Reidinger, which is the top unfranchised owner in MarketAmerica. He was the very first one. He earns a significant amount of his income from the marketing plan as well. So any change that's made affects him. Well, it's a beautiful thing, because when we started our unfranchised 20 years ago, the most that you could make on one unfranchise was $2,100 a week or $109,000 a year. Now, due to technology, due to the internet, due to shop.com, they've increased our income $1,500 a week per unfranchise. So our income went from a cap on one unfranchise of $109,000 to now a cap of $187,000. So when the corporate team wanted a raise, we all got a raise, because they're affected the same way that we are on how income is earned. Amazing. It's unbelievable how they do that. The last thing I want to end with is I just want to give you a demonstration. And this is, I just want to make sure that you know that this is simplified. It's a general thing. So I'm not saying this about all multi-level marketing companies. It just gives you an idea of how this would work and how MarketAmerica pays so much better than everyone else. And it's based on what the average person can do. So if you can draw a line down the middle of your paper, and on one side, you're going to write typical MLM, typical multi-level marketing company. And then on the other side of the paper, you're going to write MarketAmericaShop.com. Okay, so let's first look at a typical multi-level marketing company. Now remember, as we go through this, that they have to do this on a monthly basis, where ours, we have 365 days to accumulate the volume. So just understand that, as we go through this. So what I want you to do is, on the typical multi-level marketing side, I want you to draw a circle, and then right below that, draw 2 circles horizontally, so 2 underneath of that first top circle. Now let's say in that company, now remember, the company's going to say, but we don't say you build 2 legs, we say you build 6 legs. But again, the average person only was able to build 2.8 sales organizations. So the typical person or average person is only going to build 2. So that's what we're going to focus on tonight, because most people are average. That's where average came from, right? So let's draw this out. Let's take that first circle and write 10,000 inside that top circle there. And underneath of that, that circle, in those 2 bottom circles, put 5,000 and 5,000. So 5,000 on one side, 5,000 on the other side. Now remember, in multi-level marketing, they are paid on percentages, percentage of the volume and a percentage of how much the organization does. So let's say they did 10,000 volume. Right beside the 10,000, put 21%, because that's what the company's going to pay them on, because they pay percentages. So 21%. And then beside the first 5,000, put 18%. And on the other side, the other 5,000, put 18%. So these 2 people, the person that's produced 5,000 volume in that company on the left, and the person that produced 5,000 volume on the right, they're paid at 18%. You are paid, or the top person there is paid at 21%. That is a 3% difference. In a multi-level marketing company, what they would do is they take that 3%, and 3% of 10,000 is $300. So in this typical multi-level marketing company, if somebody produced 10,000 volume in 2 legs, now remember, they're going to say, but we don't build 2 legs, but the average person only was able to build 2 legs, so we're based on average, then they would earn $300. So let's go to the other side of your line where MarketAmerica is. So let's do the same thing. Let's even say in MarketAmerica it has to be on a monthly cycle, but it doesn't. Remember, it'll accumulate to 365 days, revolving door. Only the volume that came in 365 days earlier will go, but not all of it. But let's say that we did this on a monthly basis in MarketAmerica. In the top, I do a square there because I like to differentiate us from other things. So I create a rectangle or a square. So I put 1 square on top, and then a square below that on the left, and a square below that on the right. Let's say that you did 10,000 volume for the month. 5,000 on your left, 5,000 on your right. You're paid 100%, so there is no percentages off there. And so if you produce 10,000 volume in 1 month, 5,000 on your left and 5,000 on your right, just like this typical multi-level marketing company in this example I'm giving, you would earn $1,500. So MarketAmerica is going to pay you 5 times the amount of money per volume moved in this example, just so you guys can see. It's amazing. And why are they able to do that? Because, again, J.R. Ridinger designed this around creating a 6-figure income using a marketing plan that's based on actuarial math and probability math. It's a lot like car insurance. And so it's an amazing thing that's never been done in the history of marketing. And as you learn this and as you go through it, the more that you find out about MarketAmerica, the better it gets. And the only way to really be able to do that is to study it yourself, practice it yourself, learn it yourself. So I just encourage you, learn the plan. I tell you, once you understand the plan, you are going to have a hard time sleeping at night because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be set free financially, but I'm going to be able to help everyone I care about and everyone I love that is interested in creating residual income to be able to do the exact same thing. So learn the plan, practice it, and we have a really exciting thing that's coming out, and I'm so excited. Our son Colton has actually recorded how to show the plan using the flip chart so that people can actually watch that to be able to learn how do they show the plan using the flip chart that MarketAmerica has. And that is actually coming out tomorrow morning. You can find it on YouTube tomorrow, and it's going to be on the M18 Reading YouTube channel, so you can find it there. David and I have listened to it. It is absolutely amazing. And so I just encourage you, learn it so that you can go out and you can have financial freedom, but you can also help others have financial freedom as well. So thank you for listening to this recording. Go out and practice and make it happen.